Wednesdays here on the show, we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group CommonGround. CommonGround is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. So joining us now is Joan Ruskamp from the Dodge area. Nice to have you here today.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Yeah, so tell us how everything is in Dodge.
We have been fortunate to be getting some rains periodically, and so the crops look really good.
Because it was really dry for you guys, right?
Yeah, I think we're still in like the D4 for drought, which is pretty severe, but we've just been blessed to receive enough rains to, everything looks really good. It's tasseling, so now we really need that moisture, and this is normally when we count on the subsoil to pull us through the next month or so. We're going to need a rain to pull us through, or if people can irrigation as well. And so drought's still front and center on everybody's mind, and now it's the heat and the impact. You know, everything needs more water right now.
So you raise cattle,
right? So
what are you doing to keep them comfortable?
We have a feedlot, and so in the feedlot, cattle are really pretty simple animals to take care of. They need food, water, place to lay down, and the ability to socialize. And so in the summer, when hot days like this, we use cattle shades and water misters. The cattle shades we've had up since June. They'll lay underneath them, hang out, and if it's not really hot, they'll just spread out all over the pen. But days like today, they're going to be under those shades. And what research is telling us is that those shades actually help them drink less water. Normally, all of us drink more water when we're hot. And so the fact that they can, and we know what it's like to sit under a shade tree. When you're under shade, you don't need as much water, and so that helps us keep them from crowding around the water tank. It also helps us use less resources while we're producing food, but the key thing is keeping those cattle comfortable.
And we looked at, that was, I think, your shade that we were looking at there. Typically, you know, people may have some trees like out in their pasture, and cattle would go underneath that.
In pastures, right.
But with feedlots, it's a different story.
Right. And so these particular shades, it's not very old that we've been able to have. It's been a development. We have two companies that I know of in Nebraska, one in Schuyler, one in West Point, that build these shades. But it's a big tire at the bottom with cement and a heavy beam structure. And then these tarps we take off in the fall for winter, and then we put them back on in the spring for summer. But we move them, you know, if it gets a little wet underneath them, we'll move them to around the pen for dry. But again, it's that one component of letting them lay down and let them be comfortable. And when we're able to take that extreme, like today's going to be extreme, where extreme heat or extreme cold, cattle adjust on their own pretty easily. But it's those extremes like Nebraska gets that we work so hard to minimize the impact of that.
Good. All right, Joan, thank you. And I know you're sticking around. You have a recipe to share with your granddaughters.
Yes.
That's going to be fun. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.